Most people don't realize that the reason they're stuck is not because they're missing resources, not because they don't have the right connections, but because they are stuck in their own mind. Our mindset is the hidden force behind every success story. The way you think shapes your reality, influences your action, and ultimately determines your results. If you're new here, hi, I'm Kaylee. I'm a dentist and business owner. In these videos, I will be sharing the 7 life-changing lessons inspired by Bob Proctor that will help you master your mind and in turn, master your life. Bob was a world-renowned speaker, author, and coach in the field of personal development. He wrote the book called You Were Born Rich. These lessons have completely transformed my thinking and the way I currently live. The first and probably one of the most powerful ideas is visualization. Visualization is the practice of creating vivid mental images of your goals. Research shows that when you vividly imagine an action or outcome, your brain lights up almost the same way it would if you were actually doing it. In other words, mental rehearsal strengthens neural pathways in your brain as if you were physically performing the task. Visualization taps into brain functions that mimic the effects of physical practice, strengthening neural pathways and enhancing muscle memories. Every successful person, athletes, CEO, creators, they all use visualizations. In practice, this means sitting quietly and picturing your goal in concrete detail. What do you see, hear, or feel? For example, if your goal is a big presentation, imagine the room, your confident posture, even the sound of applause. Make it as real as possible. Bob put it simply, if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. By holding a clear, positive picture of your success in your mind repeatedly, you prime your brain and your body to make it happen. Olympic athletes don't just train their bodies, they train their minds. They visualize crossing that finish line, hearing the roar of the crowd, and feeling the weight of the medal around their neck. I started applying this to my own life when I launched my YouTube channel. Instead of obsessing over how I would get views or how many views I'll get, I visualized a community of people who were inspired by what I shared. I pictured my audience, their comments, and the impact my videos would have. This isn't just fluff. Research in psychology confirms that mental imagery can activate the same brain areas as actual performance. Visualization shifts your focus from obstacle to possibilities. So here's my challenge to you. Take 5 minutes a day. Picture your life exactly as you want it. Feel it, see it, smell it, hear it. Make it so vivid that your brain believes it's already happening. Now, visualization alone isn't enough if you're still locked in old ways of thinking. That brings me to the second lesson, paradigm shift. Paradigms are your internal blueprints, the beliefs you have adopted over time that shaped how you see the world. Bob defined paradigm as nothing but a multiple of habits fixed in the subconscious mind. In other words, your paradigm is a default setting of your mind. It decides what you believe is normal or possible. A negative paradigm such as I'm not good with money or I'm too shy to talk to people will limit your actions, while a positive paradigm will open doors to new opportunities. Or if your paradigm tells you that money is hard to make or success is reserved for others, you'll keep living that story no matter how many books you read or how hard you work. Changing your life often requires shifting your paradigm. Bob laid out a clear process. First, you become aware of your old paradigm, then decide to change it, then use repetitions and emotions to install the new one. To change a paradigm, you literally have to unlearn old habits and repeat new ones until they stick. For example, you might list out all the old behaviors that produce result you dislike, then symbolically burn that list. Next, you write out positive habit you want to replace them with and read it to yourself many times a day. Over time, the old mindset dies off and the new one takes roots in your subconscious. I had to confront my own paradigm when I launched this channel. I told myself I'm a dentist, not a content creator, I'm not cut out for this, or that I'm not a good speaker. But that was just a story I had rehearsed in my head. Once I recognized it, I decided to rewrite it. And you can too. Start by noticing the limiting beliefs you repeat. Write them down, challenge them, then replace them with new thoughts. Thoughts that support your vision. As Bob often said, you and I have the decision to decide what we are going to be with our life, or we can let the paradigm control us. It is your choice which path to take. This leads perfectly into our third lesson, which is the law of vibration. This is the idea that everything in the universe, including your thoughts and emotions, is vibrations or energy, and like attracts like. If you are aligned or vibrating with something positive, you draw more positive experiences, and vice versa for negativity. Bob emphasized that our feelings are a signal. He said that paying attention to how you feel is important because feeling is a conscious awareness of vibration. The vibration you are sending out is ultimately what you are going to attract. If you feel fear or anger, you attract more of that. If you feel gratitude or joy, you draw in good things. Neuroscience shows that emotions are not just in your head, they actually reshape your brain and body circuitry. Our emotional state wires up the brain and nervous system, changing how we function. For example, chronic stress, which is a low vibration state, is known to harm immune function and focus, whereas positive states boost creativity and health. In that sense, aligning your mental vibration with your goals is about managing emotion. If you want success, practice feeling as if you already have it. Confidence, excitement, gratitude. By matching the vibration of your goal, you signal your subconscious to start working toward it. When I was feeling overwhelmed building my dental practice, I shifted my focus. Instead of stressing over what wasn't working, I practiced gratitude for small wins. I celebrated the process, I raised my own vibration, and I saw the shift and the result I was getting. So how can you raise your vibration? Start with simple habits. Focus on things you are grateful for. Surround yourself with positive, growth-oriented people. Eliminate negativity from your environment. If you catch yourself slipping into worry and resentment, you can choose your feelings by consciously shift to an uplifting emotion. Speak a gratitude confirmations, listen to inspiring music, and recall happy memories. These actions literally raise your energetic vibration. Over time, this positive emotion baselines will magnetize more success and alignment with your goals. If you're finding these lessons valuable, please give it a thumbs up or subscribe for more content like this. Your support helps me keep making videos like this, and I promise to keep bringing more mindset and success tips your way. All right, let's keep on going. The fourth lesson is decision making. Bob said indecision is the greatest source of friction and resistance. Why? Because a committed decision channels all your mental and emotional energy toward one outcome. When you decide, your subconscious mind immediately starts finding ways to make it happen. He also said making a decision is the first step for any major change. When you say, I have had enough, and commit to a new direction, that act itself flips your mind into action mode. The only thing holding people back is fear. The fear of making a decision is the result of fearing to making a mistake. However, making the wrong decision is often better than making none at all, because at least your mind starts searching for answers instead of being stuck. Most people delay decisions because they are waiting for the perfect moment, for all the information, or for absolute certainty. But here's the thing, decisiveness is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. I've had to make big decisions in my business without having all the answers. The key is to clarify what matters most to you. Gather just enough information, then commit to it. The magic happens after you decide. So stop waiting for permissions or perfection, make a decision, move forward, and adjust as you learn. This ties nicely into lesson number 5, purpose. Your purpose is your reason for doing what you do. It is your why. It is what makes you get up in the morning, even when things get hard. Understanding your deeper purpose is a powerful motivator. A strong sense of purpose is linked to higher well-being and resilience. It has been shown to those with a clear sense of purpose have lower rates of depressions and more positive daily experiences. Finding purpose means asking yourself questions like, What impact do I want to make? Or what activities energize me? When you align your goals with that purpose, you feel fulfilled even during the hard work. You should always strive for passion, purpose, and fulfillment every day. Essentially, your purpose is the North Star that guides your vision. Bob always emphasized that success without purpose is empty. Just a reminder, you can have multiple life purposes. I found my purpose in helping people achieve their best oral health and upgrade their mindset and master their finances. For you, it might be creating art, solving problems, helping others, building a legacy. If you're unsure about your purpose, start by reflecting on what excites you, what frustrates you, and what you feel drawn to. Write it down, revise it often. Because when you are clear on your purpose, your challenges become stepping stones, not roadblocks. As Simon Sinek famously said, people who have a why can bear any how. When difficulties arise, remembering your deeper why gives you the grit to keep going. Now, speaking of purpose, let's talk about the sixth lesson, which is vision. Your vision is a clear picture of the life you want to create. If purpose is your why, vision is your where. It is a clear picture of your ideal future. Bob said it best, vision is what you do with your life. Vision is a strategy behind the fulfillment of your purpose. In other words, vision translates your purpose into a concrete plan. To build your vision, start by creating a vision statement, a written summary of where you want to be in 3 months, 6 months, a year, or 5 to 10 years from now. Describe your life in positive present tense detail. For example, in a year, I have additional stream of income and do not rely on dentistry to make a living. Rather, I do dentistry because I want to, not because I have to. Writing a vision statement is one of the most powerful steps you can make toward fulfilling your purpose and achieving your goals. Once you have this statement, review it daily. Your vision should also break down into goals and habits. So take your big vision and set yearly, monthly, and weekly milestones that align with it. For example, if your vision involves owning a business, your next goal might be researching the market, building a website, or attending networking events each month. By consistently moving toward that vision, it guides every decision you make. Always remember, a clear vision keeps you focused. When you know exactly where you're headed, you waste less time on distraction. Keep that vision in front of you. Maybe write a vision board or put it on a desktop wallpaper so it's always there to remind you. Hold your vision and trust the process. I'm doing this with my YouTube channel. My vision wasn't just to make videos. It was to create a community that transformed lives. And that vision keeps me pushing forward even on the days when motivation dips. And finally, we arrive at lesson number 7, continuous learning. Bob believed that education doesn't stop at school. It is a lifelong journey. There's no such thing as a learned or educated person. People are either learning or they're not. You have got to keep learning. The world never stops changing, and neither should you. Modern research confirms the benefit of lifelong learning. Engaging your brain with new skills not only advances your career, but also boosts brain health. The University of Cincinnati noted that learning new things can reduce cognitive decline, improve memory, and enhance mental well-being. It even gives people a sense of purpose and confidence. In career terms, they pointed out that being a constant learner makes you more adaptable and employable in a rapidly shifting workforce. You need to be constantly learning and feeding your mind with new ideas, perspectives, and skill. Make self-education a habit. Read books and articles in your field, take online courses, listen to podcasts, attend workshops. Even small daily steps count. For example, learning a useful skill for 15 minutes a day means over 90 hours a year of knowledge. As you learn, you develop new neural pathways, especially rewiring your brain to handle new challenges. I am still learning every day about dentistry, mindset, finance, business, and leadership. It's what keeps me growing, evolving, and serving at a higher level. So set yourself a learning goal. Commit to reading a book a month, or taking a new course, or seeking out a mentor. There you have it, 7 powerful lessons for mastering your mindset. And if you're still here, Thank you so much for sticking with me. There's so much more I could share, but here's the bottom line. Master your mind and you'll master your life. If you found this video valuable and helpful, please consider liking it and subscribe to my channel. It is where I teach people about mindset, money, and how to live a life you don't need a vacation from. I will be forever grateful. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.